Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're just
so like 31-17, 31-17. Roughly, yes, there we go. It took us a while to get there. We got there.
It's the first week of the college football season, ladies and gentlemen, and Lucas and I are just trying to get our brains around we're just trying to get our brains
early, around. All right, we got to get
it's the numbers.
Yeah,
the numbers are the funnest thing about. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you gamble or not. If you're watching this show, you may not gamble. It's a fun show.
It might just be entertainment.
It's an entertainment show. Everything we tell you is for entertainment purposes only. We are not making any. I'm not
a professional. I can tell you that.
We are certainly not professionals. However, we're just having fun. But my point being. The funnest part of gambling, other than occasionally winning, winning for me and you, for all of us, the amateurs, is I love the math of it.
Yeah,
I'm just a crazy idiot math guy, and I really enjoy the math of it.
Yeah, when a number sticks out, and you think, why is that number that number?
Yeah.
But you know what? There's always somebody smarter than us that knows why that number.
You know, and so what you just walked in on was us doing the math of it. It took us
way too long
to figure out what
we got there.
What a 14-point spread on a 48-point number ought to be.
Yep,
so, welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Glad to be back here on Friday, August 30th. Lucas is here. This is our weekly Take the Points show. This is going to be a fun day. We're going to have a good time. Let's get going. We're wasting time here. Let's tell you about some community events going on in and around your neighborhood today. And I'm going to start out with a blood drive. This is fun. It depends on your version of fun. I already said my version of fun is math. But this is over at the Clay City Schools this afternoon. Going to be a big old blood drive from 1 o'clock until 6 p.m. I think this is a Red Cross blood drive. So you would go to redcrossblood.org. You want to go in there and sign up, make yourself an appointment, and go ahead and answer your questions. And that's you print out your thing. It makes you all set. Takes about half an hour out of the process. So that's cool. Go online, redcrossblood.org. Also, here on this Friday, August 30th, end of the month. Can you believe it is already August is gone?
No, I can't.
August is gone.
You know, Christmas is under 4 months away.
I do now. I did a minute ago, but I do now. Up at Pinky's tonight, it'll be Ryan Shumba is playing tonight. I'm not certain if that's how you pronounce his name.
I'm going to say it probably isn't.
Schumback. Shumba.
That's all you, man.
It is pretty much all me. It's live music at Pinky's from 6 to 8 p.m. Also on Saturday, now this is the big time, the Elm River Chowder.
Signs out all over.
Signs are out all over down on Route 45, aren't they? The Elm River Chowder will be held tomorrow at the Chowder Grounds. That's about I'll tell you right here. Cost of the chowder is by donation. It's for sale by the bowl, while seating is available, and chowder will also be dipped in bulk around 12:30. So if you get there wanting to fill up one of your ice cream buckets of chowder, wait till 12:30. Do not bring glass. Well, now here it says don't bring plastic containers either. So I guess you're going to have to bring.
What else is there? Rubber?
I presume you bring. I'm guessing you would bring like your thing that you put in a crock pot. The glass that you put in a crock. Well, no, that's glass. Plastic? No. Saran?
I'm about to say, I assume you bring plastic containers together.
Do not bring glass or plastic containers. Okay. I don't know what maybe they have their own that they're going to fill up for you. I don't know.
That'd be a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. So they're also going to be pulled pork sandwiches, as well as nachos, hot dogs, pie by the slice or by the whole pie, as well as cold drinks. It's an over 100 100-year tradition, and it's funded entirely by donations. 4 miles east of Reinard, of the Reinard Crossroads. Signs will be posted as conveniently as possible. Soup will also be available by, like I said, by the bowl. Live music, door prizes. It's a 100-year deal. Have you ever? How many times you been to the?
I actually have never personally been to it.
I've had the chowder, but I've
the
never
chowder
been
too.
there myself.
Yeah, I've had somebody that probably put it in glass or plastic and brought it to me. But,
I don't think you're probably supposed to do that.
No, yeah.
The veggie prep, ladies and gentlemen, will begin at no later than 7 a.m. So get there about 6:30 and bring your sharp knife and start cutting the veggies. If you have any questions, they're on Facebook at Elm River Chowder. Also, a big old truck show on Saturday at 9 a.m. It's the San Jacinto and Wabash Valley chapter of the American Truck Historical Society. They're presenting their second annual winch line wind-up on Saturday from 9 to 5 in Grayville, down at the Grayville KOI. I don't typically put stuff in from Grayville on this show because, well, we go all the way to Browns. We don't have internet all the way to Grayville, but we're in Browns. If you're in Browns, you might head down to Grayville. If you have any questions, all antique trucks and winch trucks are welcome. Give Brian a call at 812-305-5132, or you can call Jeremy at 812-839-4346. Those are both Indiana numbers. That's unusual, unexpected on a Grayville thing. It's right next to Indiana. What else going on Saturday? Music on the Lawn at the Keens Christian Church. It's on Sycamore Street in Keens, Illinois. It'll be, of course, you know where Keens is. It's between Mount Vernon and Wayne City and Bluford. Music featuring the Victory Boys, as well as Savior's Call. This will be from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock Saturday night. Popcorn, hot dogs, chips, drinks will be provided. That'll be a lot of fun. A diaper giveaway on Saturday from 10 a.m. until noon. They do this about once a month over in Salem at the Grace United Methodist Church. That's at 116 East Schwartz Street in Salem. Diaper giveaway. Please call the church if you have any questions. That's 548-2810. They're going to have size 1 to size 7. And diapers, as well as 2T to 6T toddlers, pulley-ups, along with baby wipes. Again, the church address, 116 East Schwartz Street in Salem, 10 a.m. till noon on Saturday. Big block party in Salem, as a matter of fact, as well. It's the Apostolics of Salem annual block party. It'll be at 1600 Mills Cart Road in Salem. It's a free event featuring food, drinks, games, bounce houses, all kinds of stuff. 11 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. on Saturday. That'll be a good time. Go over there and have a good time and meet your neighbors. That's the you ever participate in a block party? I know your neighborhood right now is kind of stretched out, but at Sibley, did you ever?
No, I never did that there.
They do that. I know they do that at like the southwest part of Fairfield, but I didn't know that they're southeast over there. They'll have block parties. You never do that?
No, I've not participated in such.
Probably not a bad thing.
I'm not going to do it now. It's too hot.
It is too hot. If they're going to cancel anything of these. Actually, Saturday's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to cool off for the weekend.
Saturday's supposed to be really nice. What else going on this weekend? Now, this is one you don't want to miss. This is up in Effingham at the Hendelmeyer Park. You know where that is? It's on South 4th Street there on the east side of Effingham, just on the way to T-Town. From Saturday from 11:30 or noon until 6 p.m. It is the Christopher B. Donaldson Memorial Kickball Tournament. $20 per player. It includes a T-shirt. Start registering at 11 o'clock, and I think that you'll have your own teams, or if you don't have your own team, they'll divide you up into teams. So when's the last time? And I ask this warily. When's the last time you played kickball?
Oh, not very long ago, I was practicing with Ellis. So
with your boy?
Yeah, absolutely. And Catherine said that she didn't enjoy it. And I was like, why don't you enjoy kickball? You just kick hard and run.
Time out. Your boy's what, 5, 4?
Yeah.
So he's getting ready to go to school.
Yeah.
That's when they, like kindergarten's when they start playing kickball, I guess, right?
I mean, he's in preschool, so he's pre-gaming.
So, so you're training your kids to be...
Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
I wish now that you mention it, I wish somebody would have done that for me.
That boy's a hoss. I want him to go out there, and I want to be the best kickball player. All right. So yes,
when me and the twin brother, we went, we were introduced to kickball at the same time at at PE or recess or whatever in first grade or kindergarten. They'd just roll that ball up there. We'd miss that thing as just
you needed practice.
We needed practice. I'm sitting there making fun of you, but I'm thinking, wow, that makes a ton of sense.
No wonder you're offensive lineman, isn't it?
Absolutely
no skill position there.
No, absolutely no coordination whatsoever. That's entirely true. What else going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Beach Day, ladies and gentlemen. August 30 each year is National Beach Day. This celebrates all the sandy beaches across the nation. Also provides an opportunity to help keep folks in relaxing places clean so we can continue to enjoy them long into the future. While folks might spend time at beaches oceanside or at the lake or the river, they provide recreation all summer long. Swimming, water sports, and sunbathing, just a few of the relaxing things. However, you can also play frisbee, volleyball, enjoy long walks floating along in the surf on a hot summer day with friends, create summer memories. Also, just maybe pack a few icy beverages and a good book, enough to make a beach day perfect. That'd be a good way to observe it, but folks observe enjoy beaches all winter long too, because you get to go out there, walk on the beach, get your probably helps your legs a little bit walking on sand. And making your legs a little bit more agile.
Doesn't help me out.
Doesn't help you at all. Doesn't help me.
Makes me tired. I need a break in the middle getting back.
How long ago do you think National Beach Day was founded? This was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Of course, in Milwaukee. Why would
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
25 years ago.
1929.
Wow. Okay, it was old.
The Knights of Columbus out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, launched National Beach Day as part of their convention plans. I don't know what convention it was.
In Milwaukee.
And then it became a lot more famous in 2014. Colleen Page, a pet and family lifestyle expert, created it to celebrate beaches and the importance of keeping them clean. Some of the best days maybe to go to the beach besides Beach Day? Well, any day. It was Sunday. I was in Virginia Beach last week, and they did not go to the beach, so I feel good about that. What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? This is National Toasted Marshmallow Day. On August 30, this celebrates one of America's favorite fire-roasted treats. Be sure to stock up on marshmallows so you can celebrate. Get your friends together, gather up some firewood, grab a few long sticks, maybe a bag of marshmallows, and make plans for a great night. Toasted marshmallows are a special part of summer evenings around a bonfire. Also, what better way to kick off a long weekend than to enjoy a delicious, warm, gooey toasted marshmallow? As we see some toasted. When's the last time you toasted marshmallow? See, now, if you just played kickball in the last few days or last few weeks, I'm assuming you toasted marshmallows pretty recently.
We're going to go back to Ellis. My boy loves s'mores, and so, toasted marshmallows or s'mores is something we do quite often.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
I really, really dislike s'mores.
Yeah, I like them. I enjoy them.
I mean,
I don't like marshmallows.
I don't like what it does to my fingers. I don't like the goo.
Use a fork and knife then, pansy.
That's not a nice thing to say, but I will freely admit that I'm a little goo averse. I don't mind saying that. So National Toasted Marshmallows Day is certainly a wonderful day. What else do you want to celebrate? You can see, ladies and gentlemen, that I am celebrating it already. It is National College Colors Day. Every Friday before Labor Day, this is when folks encourages it.
This is a day that makes sense.
This makes a ton of sense.
Exactly.
This makes a
Some
ton
of
of
them
sense.
don't make sense, like beaches in Milwaukee, but this one does.
That's right. Every Friday before Labor Day, the National College Colors Day, encourages folks to display their team spirit. Across the United States, students, parents, family, fans, and alums will be wearing their team colors. Be sure you're celebrating by wearing your college team colors or apparel. Team spirit has long been a foundation of cheering athletes to victory. Wear your college colors, share your stories. There's the college colors of all kinds of folks across the country. I was looking at that, and you always, I like the fact that Illinois basically owns the state.
Yeah.
And then you have a real small little Northwestern.
Northern.
And Northern, yeah. The Northern Illinois is just barely popping up there. Iowa's got a couple. Florida's down there. That's full of stuff. You got they don't have all the UCFs and all that kind of stuff down there in Florida.
It looks like there's a South Florida there in Tampa, roughly. There's a little one in there.
I thought South Florida was in Miami.
In South Florida in Tampa?
South Florida in Tampa?
I thought so.
Okay.
I thought it was, but I may be wrong.
I'm not sure. That's the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably that is probably there. What's the you see Baylor there by Waco. There's TCU.
There's Houston down south.
What's that next to TCU, between TCU and Oklahoma? Is that that wouldn't be
Is
right.
that A&M? Is that where A&M is at?
No,
A&M's
over to the
Texas
side.
Tech?
Deep SMU maybe is in that area, but I don't know if I don't know. We got Oklahoma State, Arkansas, all kinds of good stuff, and this is kind of what the Big Ten conference map looks like now. A little bit, yeah, but I like to look at that though. Look at the size of North Dakota State.
Yeah, it's huge.
That is huge. We will, ladies and gentlemen, be talking about North Dakota State. What?
Go back to that map real quick.
You want to see that map?
Okay, Kansas is there.
I was going to say Kansas State's taking a lot of it.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
And Georgia Tech's barely there as well. You got
Yeah.
Georgia chewing up Georgia Tech. Mississippi State is there. You can see that. Southern Miss about as big as Mississippi State, though. Auburn. What's the one just north of Auburn and Alabama? Is that the University of Alabama, Birmingham? Is that UAB?
I don't know. It might be.
Look how little Vandy is too. That's probably about right. Yeah, observe your National College Colors Day today, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful day to do that. What do you want to see on television, folks? It is a huge night here on this Friday night. We're not going to talk about football because even though high school football has started, we're not going to talk much about it because we don't have a game this week. The Mules from Fairfield are not playing. Flora is playing at Carmi, and Salem is playing at Centralia, and we're not locked into any of those schools. So we're showing baseball tonight. It'll be at Altamont at Dietrich starting at 4:30 p.m. this afternoon. That'll be right here on Channel 100. Major League Baseball, the Brewers at the Reds this morning at 11:40. I think it's so. They have two on Friday. They've got a doubleheader. That's on MLB Network. Pirates at Cleveland. Ben Lively versus Bailey Falter, also on MLB Network. The Mets at the White Sox on NBC Sports Chicago. How about those White Sox? We'll talk about them later.
They're special.
They are special. Cardinals are at New York playing the Yankees. Eric Fetty versus Marcus Stroman. That's on Bally, and that's at 6:05. 6:45. The Cubs are at Washington. Shota Imanaga versus Jake Irvin on Marquee, Channel 597, and at 8:40, the Dodgers are at Arizona. Clayton Kershaw versus Zach Gallen. I've got about half a dozen college football games tonight too, but we're going to get to those here in just a second. Tell you all about what's coming up as we talk about college football, maybe a little baseball as well. But if you like college football, this is your show. If you don't, you'll be entertained anyway. It'll be a good time. As Lucas Vaughan is here, I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Let's switch over to this one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Take the points edition of it. Lucas Vaughan is here. This is well, I got to tell you, Lucas, I tell you this all the time. This is one of my favorite shows of the year. We get the chance to talk college football, and college football season opens up in earnest tonight. All right, we're shooting this on Thursday. I'm telling you that now because we're going to talk about some Thursday games.
There's a lot of games on Thursday.
There's a lot of games on Thursday. There's a lot of games on Friday, and then there's a big host of games on Saturday. We're going to take you through the whole weekend and then tell you our picks at the end of it, because there are so many wild stories taking place already in college football. First of all, before we get to the schedule for this weekend, did you watch the game last Saturday, the Florida State game versus Georgia Tech?
I didn't get to watch all the basketball, some of it, yeah.
It made an impression, didn't it?
Yeah, and now if you remember, last year, there was an upset in that game.
It was
Northwestern,
Nebraska.
Yeah, they went over there. Northwestern beat Nebraska. Wasn't that last year?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay, all right. So yeah,
last year Notre Dame beat they beat the tar out of somebody when they quit selling beer in the stadium.
Yeah.
And gave it away.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. I think that was Notre Dame. It might have been Nebraska.
I don't know. I remember that Northwestern went over there. Nebraska was a heavy favorite, and then Northwestern almost do touchdown, I think.
Yeah. Well, this was they were a 10-point. Florida State was a 10-point favorite going into last Saturday's game in Dublin.
Yep.
And by golly, they laid the big doggone egg on the field, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
You thought DJ Uiagalelei was going to be pretty good.
He's always supposed to have been good.
It's a top 10 team, and Georgia Tech, not known for physical football, they housed those guys, didn't they? It ended up winning by 3, but it really wasn't that close.
Yeah, no, Georgia Tech controlled that game over Florida State. Their offense really just couldn't do anything. So,
if there's anything you can take from that first weekend of the season, what would it be? I mean, you had the wild Montana State game.
Well,
you had the wild SMU game.
Honestly, the way this playoffs is this year, with Florida State losing that game because the ACC gets a representative, right?
gets a. They got
So them losing that game is a big thing. There's no conference. There's no conference championship. It's you win. You got to win these games. So for them to go over there and lay that egg,
that was a conference loss,
right? So that's a big thing. So
that's a conference loss
because they were the favorites there.
And if you figure they're favorites in that conference, and if you figure Miami had to see that and just think, hey, we got a shot.
Yeah.
Clemson had to see that and figure, hey, these guys aren't that much better than us.
They went over there, laid an egg, and I think Miami's the biggest beneficiary to that loss as any team.
Do you think it's hard to say it could be, but could there be any kind of a hangover from being 13-0 last year and then not making the playoffs and then getting beat by Georgia by 60 in the Orange Bowl? I mean, then Georgia just took them to the house, and it looked like they never recovered.
Yeah, which it's a whole new year. I mean, that shouldn't be
players,
a thing.
it shouldn't. Coaches and same coaches though.
Yeah, they're the same coaches.
Yeah, they might have been shell shocked. That all. And the point I'm making with the wild Montana State comeback or loss, I guess Montana State they lost right to New Mexico.
Yeah.
New Mexico was beat. Should have lost, and Montana State gave it back to them. And SMU was beat by Nevada. Nevada had them down, and
supposedly bad football teams, by the way.
Nevada was the worst team in the country last year.
Yeah.
They were the worst team in the country, and
New Mexico State's not great either.
No.
So
my point being, college football, anything can happen day. That's like the old Mickey Mouse Club. Anything can happen day in college football. Speaking of Thursday night in college football, actually the only one, this is Jason Kirk puts these up, and he does this every week. It's one of my favorite things that to see every year and every week during college football season. You get to see where the games are. So take a picture of your screen right now, folks, so you can see where the games are if you're watching this on Thursday and or Friday, because there's half a dozen games there on Friday. No games of the watch this you got to watch, but there's a couple interesting games there on tonight. The Michigan State game, I know somebody who's going to be pretty fired up about that. Stanford has been bad. Could they come back and be better against TCU? Well, what's your thought there potentially?
I think TCU's down some. I actually, it's one of mine that we'll bet we'll talk about later. But I think Stanford will be a better team than obviously in the past because they've been really, really bad.
You've got Western Michigan at Wisconsin. That's on Fox Sports 1 at 9 or 8 o'clock our time. That's at Eastern time zone size. Taking a look at Thursday, there's a couple of big games there we need to talk about. You've got North Carolina and Minnesota at 7 o'clock on Thursday night. You've got North Dakota State at Colorado at 7 o'clock. And then you've got Eastern at Illinois at 8 o'clock. That may not be quite as big a game as the other ones. However, it is to me. But what do we think, Lucas, about North Dakota State, Colorado? What is the current line of thought?
Now listen, if anybody that doesn't watch that much college football, North Dakota State, they're a very, very good FBS
football, no FCS.
FCS football team. I think they were undefeated last year.
Lost one. Got into playoffs.
And they're historically good. They have great players.
They've won 5 out of the last 10.
Right, and so they're a darn good football team for the division they're in.
Carson Wentz's school.
Yeah, Colorado, however, is better this year. They have more talent at positions than they did last year. They brought a lot of players in. They weeded out some guys.
Led the nation again in transfers.
And so each of the positions has better players than they had last year. I don't want to root for Colorado here, and I probably won't. I'm still going to root for North Dakota State. But what was it? 9.5? 10. I think I'd have to go Colorado on that side. I think there's more talent, way more talent there.
I got to tell you, it's I would have gone North Dakota State. I would have gone North Dakota State. However, their best defensive player is out.
Okay.
He's out for the half the season or something like that. They just announced it the last few days. So you lose your best defensive player. There are guys who will step up, but that's a lot to ask when you're playing the guy who's probably going to be the number one pick in the country.
Yeah.
You got Shedeur Sanders over there on that side, and he's going to be the number one pick in the country. Now, I did make a play on this game in our. Did you make a play on this game in our?
I don't remember whether I did this game or not. No, I did not.
I did, and I will tell you right now, since we're talking about the game, I bet the under. The over-under number is 60, so with it being 10, you're talking 35 to 25, right?
North Dakota State is not going to want to run this to work.
North Dakota State is not going to score in a hurry either. They play deliberate football. You'll see games, FCS games, where they are 20 to 14.
17, 14,
Yeah, 17,
14.
60 is a huge number. And the other thing to think about that I don't think a lot of people realize, they're putting the offensive coordinators now can talk to quarterbacks in the helmet. They got the helmet radios. Everybody thought there's going to speed things up, and it might eventually. It probably will eventually. However, right now, college offensive coordinators don't know how to use it, and it's slowing things down. They're talking to their quarterback before. I mean, there were some of the games last week they didn't get the play in because they were telling their quarterback what he needs to fix before they started making the play. It's
too much communication. Really,
it's too much communication. It's slowing things down. That is why I am hard under 60.
I like it.
I like it.
Makes sense to me.
And since we're talking about Thursday night as well, UNC Minnesota, that's a beautiful game. I think that's going to be both of those games on Thursday night. There are those three games at 7 o'clock. The UNC Minnesota and the Coastal Carolina at Jacksonville State. That one ought to be a heck of a game as well. Jacksonville State, brand new to the FBS last year, and you know about the Coastal Carolinas, don't you?
The Chanticleers.
The Chanticleers versus the Roosters or whatever. There are two Roosters going against each other. What do you think of UNC Minnesota?
I think the under's going to hit. I think both of these teams have lost a lot of talent. Well, Drake May went for UNC. They got a new quarterback in there. If I had to bet that, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game on under.
It's at Minnesota, and Minnesota has been a favorite all the last 6 months on the lines. The lines came out, 6 months ago for this game. And in the past week, it moved from Minnesota a 2-point favorite to now Minnesota a 2-point dog. That's what I jumped on. So I've got Minnesota money line. So that's my thought. And you got any thoughts on do you have any thoughts on that Minnesota over there at Coastal game? You're a big Coastal guy.
I am, but no, I don't know. There's so much movement in college football anymore. I need to see a handful of games before I got a bunch of information on a lot of these teams.
Yeah, let's talk about one other game, and we'll take a quick break here. The Illinois versus Eastern. It's a 4-touchdown spread. It started out at about 28 and moved down to 27.5 as of Monday or Tuesday, and then by today it's back to 28.5.
Yeah,
people are throwing money at Illinois. What do you think?
Four
This
touchdowns.
is my team, ladies and
Four
gentlemen.
touchdowns is a lot of points. How about
4
that?
touchdowns is a huge amount of points,
Just money line.
Eastern Illinois has a good quarterback too. They've got a really good quarterback. Illinois has a new defensive line. I just don't see him score 4 touchdowns in more than Eastern. I think the Eastern picks up 2 or 3 touchdowns, and I don't see Illinois getting
to 35 or 42,
to 50
something like
points
that.
or whatever that it would take to win by 28.5. That's just my opinion. That's not one of our show bets. I'm just giving my opinion out there.
You're still going to watch it, aren't you?
I will be glued to the screen.
What's it on?
It is on Big Ten Network. So, yeah, we're going to come back and talk about Saturday's games because this is just a huge weekend and we're having a ball. Okay, we can talk for 5 hours about college football.
A lot of times, yes.
And actually, we have. We'll be back after this.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it. Well, well, now that might be the feedback. We understand we're having some sound issues. I was trying to hear if I could hear it.
I don't see it right now.
Let me kill the music and see if that gives you. Well, see, now you're just hearing it's an echo anyway. Who knows? Thank you very much, though, for letting us know. I'll turn that back on. Letting us know that we are having sound issues. Appreciate you folks watching and checking us out and telling us that. We'll forge ahead though, and let's talk about the early games on Saturday. We were talking about that Miami versus Florida game earlier today a couple of times. Number 19 Miami ready to jump out and steal the ACC. They kind of have to win Saturday to be able to do that, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Let's just say it would put a big foot forward if they did.
It would put a huge foot forward.
If they stub their toe like Florida State did, and Clemson's going to have a rough go against Georgia.
That's the first game at noon Eastern, but 11 o'clock our time on ABC.
So, if Miami can beat Florida there, that really puts them out front.
I'm just showing you this, folks, because we've got the full day. The's the second half of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday is going to be beautiful with college football. Anything else grab you there that you've got to see on Saturday afternoon? I do love that Miami of Ohio Northwestern game. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Why?
Because you get to see them play, first of all, in a 14,000 seat facility up at Northwestern.
That's all that holds?
No, they're not in their normal stadium.
Oh, what are they doing?
They're rebuilding their stadium. So like this year and next year, they're playing in their practice field.
Oh,
it's like high school bleachers and stuff, or something like that. So it's basically going to look like a college.
Wow, that's going to be strange.
It's going to look like a college soccer game.
Wow.
They're playing half a dozen games in that, and then a couple of games in Wrigley Field. I just kind of want to see what that looks like. And Miami is picked to win the MAC, so that ought to be a pretty good game. Get a gauge. I kind of want to see how good Northwestern is because Illinois has to play them at the end of the year, and I love their coach. I think he's really good. But
who is Northwestern's coach this year?
That's Braun. He the guy who took over last year whenever they fired
Fitzgerald or whatever.
Yeah, isn't it, what's his name, Ben Braun or Brawny or something like that. I think that'll be a good one. I picked as my super dog there that first game at 11 o'clock, the Penn State West Virginia game. I think that has the opportunity to be an outstanding football game. Everybody's saying Penn State's going to be really good, and they're kind of laying back on West Virginia. West Virginia's got a new coach. They're playing at Morgantown.
They're always tough. Period.
And they're always tough.
They're not going to lay down for any team coming in there.
Well, certainly not a rival matchup like Penn State. I think the Boise State Georgia Southern game will be a fun game because Boise State is one of the teams picked to be the representative from the non-Power 4
to
conferences.
Have a chance to get in there.
To get into the Final 12, and Georgia Southern always plays well at home. So that's. And then I like the North Texas South Alabama game because I bet it.
So you got to watch that one.
It's on ESPN Plus. I'll have to figure out a way.
I don't know that one either.
What ones jump out to you there on this app?
I mean, on this page, obviously that Georgia Clemson game is fun. It's two historically good teams. I think Georgia.
Now that is not at Clemson. That is at Atlanta. They're playing that in the Mercedes Dome or whatever they call that thing. Just
you get to see how good Georgia is. Start right out the word go. They're not some cake walk like Akron, Ohio State. That's a 52-point line. Georgia's got to actually play.
Another couple of the interesting ones here in the pink column that I'll keep an eye on. I want to see how bad Purdue is. I want to see if Indiana State can jump up in-state rivalry. Purdue's supposed to be terrible. Are they really terrible? And if they take care of Indiana State, they aren't terrible. Illinois State and Iowa ought to roll, but you just never know with Iowa. Iowa's got
Think they'll score?
They've got the new offensive coordinator.
They shouldn't. That's a good thing.
Here are the second half of the days, the night on Saturday as well as the Sunday and Monday games. That Sunday game, that's a biggie.
Yes, that's a dandy.
LSU USC, I think that one is in the Jerry Jones Dome down there in Dallas, in the AT&T. And also you've got the 6:30 game, the Notre Dame at Texas A&M. That's in. Well, that might be in the Jerry Dome. I can't remember which one. One of those are.
No, that's at A&M.
Oh, that is in Kyle Field.
Yeah, that's at A&M. That's tough for Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame's got their hands full going to Kyle
wholeheartedly.
Field. 95,000 people playing in that kind of heat. That's going to be that might be no fun. Anything jumping out at you there? SIU and BYU.
I saw that on the ESPN Plus. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. What are you thinking there of any of the other games?
On this list, man, that Notre Dame A&M game's fun.
The morning games, the Notre Dame game is fun, and the morning and afternoon games are a lot.
But say there's not a whole heck of a lot. The Idaho, Oregon's in there that's got a chance at being in the championship games, and the Michigans are in there. So
you get a chance to see good teams. Oregon, Michigan, get a chance to see K-State, a chance to see if Florida State can rebound after that loss. I don't know what
is Jamie going to be down with that Ole Miss game?
Not Ole Miss. Is it? They're not playing Mississippi State.
Okay.
He only goes. His boys are at Mississippi State. I don't think he's going to it.
Okay.
I bet
he's going down there for the weekend or something, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think it's either this weekend or next weekend.
I think it's next week. I don't know. What are our bets? Let's tell the folks our bets here.
We're going to start the season.
The start of the season, folks. Remember what we do. We pick 2 college football, 2 pro football, and a super dog. Each week we keep track. We let you know how well we do. It's fun. And since there's no pro football, we're doing 4 college football each this week.
And if I would have thought ahead, we would have got last year's numbers and say where we shook out completely last year. But I know we've done that in previous shows, so it'll be all right.
We were over 500.
Yeah, I think we were over
like
500.
54%, 55%. Not bad. As a team, you and I were over 50%. Jamie dragged the whole thing down.
Jamie had a rough one last year.
Our
new jobs.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start out with Weeze. You never know what Weeze's numbers are or anything else, so he's got his own points. So he's going to take Western Michigan plus 24.5 versus Wisconsin. I don't know.
Is
that at Wisconsin?
He's got a Thursday game. Yeah, that's at Wisconsin.
Okay.
That's Friday night.
So he thinks Western Michigan can keep that close. He's going to take Nevada plus the 14.5 versus Troy.
Nevada coming out of that tough win or that tough loss that
They fought. They fought that
hard.
one.
Yeah.
He's going to take the Wyoming, Arizona State over 47.5.
Wyoming, Arizona State there on Fox. So he's got a late Saturday night game. How about that Weber State at Washington starting at 11 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night our time on Big Ten.
Might as well be Hawaii.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then he's got USC. He's a USC guy. USC plus 5 versus LSU. So he likes that Sunday night game.
All right. What do I have going?
And his super dog is that also, actually. So he bet that as a super dog as
So
well.
he's got USC winning the super dog. Okay.
Yep. You started with, we talked about it a little bit earlier, Minnesota. You money lined over UNC at plus 112.
Money line Minnesota. Love Minnesota on Thursday night.
Yep. And you're getting plus money for the deal. So
If this is going to turn out to be one of my Missouri things, if I lose on Minnesota here, I will never bet them again. I just hated betting on Minnesota, but I did it. I feel terrible.
There's always a team that does that to me. I'm like, it doesn't matter if I bet against them or for them. I'd lose that bet.
Yeah.
So North Dakota State, Colorado under 60.
Under 60.
You just said a little bit about that. You like Clemson plus the 14 points versus
It's
Georgia.
too many points.
It's a lot of points.
A lot of points. To Clemson, give them their due. Clemson's still a solid team.
Yeah. And then Florida, you're going to take the plus 3 versus Miami.
At home. Florida at home.
So, and your super dog was North Texas. Is that 5.5? 6.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
5.5 at South Alabama.
North Texas is going to be one of the better teams this year, folks. Take my word for it. They're going to win like 8-9 games.
Mean Green? Is that? What's Texas? All right. Jamie, he's on. Oh, he's a big one here. He's going to take Oklahoma minus 42.5 versus Temple.
Oh, wow.
Huge number, but, Temple historically is not a great football team. He's going to take Michigan State minus 14 versus the Owls of Florida Atlantic.
Okay.
I think he liked that prediction from the Michigan State quarterback.
I think he did too.
So he's on the Georgia Clemson game. He's going to take the over 48.5. Jamie took the over 48.5. I liked the under on it, but I left it alone. I just think these two teams are. I don't think they're going to both put up tons of points.
I don't think so either.
So, and then he's
we'll
on.
see.
He's going to contradict you. Purdue minus 32.5 versus Indiana State.
I think that is. I think that's just anti-Indiana State.
32.5 for a Purdue team. They said it's going to be terrible.
That's too much. That's
big
just
number.
too much.
His super dog, he's taking, and we discussed it. He's going to take West Virginia plus the 8 versus Penn State.
Yeah, I was going to take it too. That was going to be my super dog had he not taken it first.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice on that one. I'm a little bit different with Bruce. I like Miami minus 2.5. I think they saw. They saw that there's a little blood in the water in the ACC early, and they're going to take that step to beat Florida.
We could both. Let's see. I could push and you could win.
That that's the way it could work out. I took Alabama minus 31.5 versus Western Kentucky.
Why? New coach?
Yes, a new coach that is also like 112 and 15 and is a career some silly number.
Yeah.
The Milroe kid is back, and last time I saw, he may have jumped to the forefront of the Heisman. He's right there in that. So I'm gonna give them a shot with that one. I'm gonna take the USC LSU under 64.5. I think they're both good teams, but for the first game of the year, I just think it's a huge number. So I'm going to take that under. Colorado State, I'm going to take the plus 31.5 at Texas. Texas has a big game next week against Michigan.
Really? You're looking ahead.
Yeah, I think Colorado State's going to win? No, but I do think that they keep it close enough, and Texas may make a couple miscues, not show off, and so I think they keep it closer. And my super dog, I'm going to take Stanford, like I said earlier, plus 9.5 versus TCU. I think they're going to be better than they were in the past.
So there you see it, folks. That's we never made our picks for last week, but you see this week what the picks are. Take a picture of that screen and save it forever in your phone.
That could be 20-0 right there. Actually, 19-0. We got to push one in there.
19-0-1.
Yeah. We got to do better against not picking against each other.
We got to quit picking against each other. We're going to take a quick break, come back, talk a little baseball. You're watching Big Talk. Back in a sec.
Compassion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic famous maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in along with Lucas Vaughan. This is our Take the Points show. I appreciate you being here. Hope the sound is adjusted some. If not, I apologize. We'll see what we can't get worked out about that. Oh, is that right? 46 and a half, huh? Have you been watching much baseball lately, or since the Cardinals are out of it?
I lose in just a little bit. I've actually listened to quite a bit of Cardinals games here recently, though. I don't watch a lot of them. So
it is. They're down to about 30 games to play. There's the National League. Now, grant you, folks, this was taken before the Cardinals won on Thursday.
500 now.
So Cardinals are back to 500. They are 67 and 67. That equals what, 134, which means there are 28 games remaining in the season. At this point, they've added the playoff possibilities.
They're about locked up everywhere, ain't it?
It's just about locked up all throughout the National League. You've got a 10% chance that the Braves don't make it, and to see that more vividly, it's you've got the Braves 4 games ahead of the Mets and 5 games ahead of the 5.5 ahead of the Cubs. They'd be 6.5 now ahead of the Cardinals after that win. And the San Diego is, look at that, 16 games over 500. And Cardinals going to have to do something.
I don't think there's...
Not this year.
In general, I agree.
This year's gone.
Yeah, I agree in
The
general.
Cardinals, though, are going to have to do something because this is 2 years not even sniffing the playoffs, and they're going to be lucky to end up over 500 if they can get over 500. But Mets was still a 13% chance in the National League, but that's about it. Everybody else is pretty close to locked in. Then you take a look at the American League.
It's one team eliminated.
There isn't at least one team gone. There are a couple of teams with less than 1% chance, but one team is entirely gone.
Holy cow, they're 20 games.
Look at that. They're 72 games under 500.
Wow,
the White Sox.
That is, wow.
72 games under 500. So, yeah, the Yankees and Orioles are pretty much locked in. Cleveland, and it looks like the Central's going to produce 2 wild cards.
That's crazy. I would not have thought that one.
Yeah, and the Seattle played themselves out of it. They still have a chance to catch the Astros. Well, 25 games to go. They still have a chance to catch the Astros. But then you look at the wild card. They're not going to get in the wild card. 4.5 down with 3 teams to jump.
Yep.
That would be very difficult for the Mariners to get into the wild card. So it's going to be tricky. By the way, I was in Baltimore last week. I went to on Sunday.
Went to Camden?
Went to Camden Yards there and saw them win one of those 77 games. They defeated Boston, and so I saw Boston lose one of their 64. It's really fun. I had been there once before, 30 years ago. I had forgotten, and I'm a big guy, and I understand that big guys that stadiums are not made for big people. I was also with a fellow who's about 5'11", and he couldn't fit in the seats at Camden Yards.
Packed them in, huh?
They pack them in. They have the shoulders. They have the shoulders offset, or they have the seats offset so they kind of turn toward home plate, so the shoulders don't actually touch each other. Like the seats that are next to each other, shoulders are touching. This one, you're like behind the person next to you. So that's how they're packing them in even tighter. They have the drink holders in front of you, which are not made for people that are 6 feet tall and over.
How about 6'7"?
You would not have survived. You would not have survived. We got fifth row seats, and
Nice.
They were terrifically uncomfortable. We sat there for about 10 minutes, and went walking up and said to the gal, "Hey, is there something you can do about this? This is not going to work for three of us here, because it's me and Clark and Jason." And she said, "Well, yeah, you can sit in these handicap seats." So we sat in the handicap seats. They were great. The handicap, Camden Yards is a pretty park. It's nice. They've got all kinds of good food, walkways, all kinds of stuff. Go there, enjoy it. Just don't sit down.
How old is it now? I remember when they built it. It's been
32 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like 1992.
I remembered it, man. It was when they built
91.
it. When they built it, it was special. It was
Yeah.
it was a one of a kind for sure.
Yeah, and it really, what also was surprising about it, and I didn't realize this when we were there 30 years ago. Two or three of us actually leaned on the seats, stood up and leaned on the row in front of us, and usually those seats aren't supposed to have any give. They had give for both of us, and I'm a big guy. I fully understand the seats aren't made for people my size. You get a 200-pounder, a 5'11" guy, 200 pounds, bending a seat forward. That is it is a pretty park to look at. I'm not certain. I'm not certain I could.
I won't. I guess I won't make that trip.
If you do, find
I'll do a little standing room only.
find a club. Maybe the club section.
All right, I'm down.
Has better seats. But yeah, we had a good time up there. If you had to look at it now, there's really not much to choose from.
It looks to me like it's almost locked up in the AL and NL.
Yeah, you can look at the American
not many
League.
fights.
Yeah, there's just nobody. With almost a month ago, I don't think I've ever seen it this locked up. Have you? With this much time?
Really no, because typically they're fighting for. That's why they added the wild card spot, so things weren't completely locked up by a certain amount of time. And
Red Sox, I guess, could catch the Twins.
they got a chance 3 games back.
The Twins lost 2 out of 3 to the Cardinals the other day, so who knows? They could always blow it. If you're losing to the Cardinals.
Yeah, if you're losing to the Cardinals, you're in trouble. As long as they don't lose to the White Sox.
What are the Cardinals going to do? I mean, you got to start thinking about what they're going to do. Is Ollie going to survive the offseason?
I think he survives the offseason. I think they missed the boat a little bit on the trade deadline. I think there was some potential there for trades to get some talent in, but I don't know, this offseason there needs to be some kind of changes. We can't do the same thing.
They have work to do. What's the number one college football game you're looking forward to this weekend?
It's weird to say this, but it's Notre Dame and A&M. I'm looking forward to that game.
I can't blame you a bit. That's going to be a dandy. If I had to pick one, I might go with LSU and
that's a fun one Sunday night. Yeah, that's a fun one Sunday night.
Yeah,
and we didn't talk about that. But USC is obviously a Big Ten school, so we're rooting for Big Ten schools, right?
USC is a Big Ten school,
right? We're rooting for that, right?
Of course we're rooting for Big Ten schools.
It's odd to feel that
over
way.
LSU, of course. Folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Have a great weekend.